I did hear an interesting discussion yesterday. Jones and Mego were talking about Mac Jones and whether or not you'd be comfortable giving him the going rate, which is $30 million a year. I don't know where you stand on that. I know where Scheim and Wiggy stand on it.
I wouldn't.
You would not be comfortable
and
with
I think it's been interesting in the media recently. Like Mac Jones not playing the Super Bowl, but he's still on everybody's tip of everybody's tongue, as they say, across the media. And whether it's people saying, give him 2 years with Bill O'Brien and he's going to prove himself, or, he's got one more season and if he doesn't improve, then he's out. Everybody has their take on Mac. I just don't think that I'm paying him $30+ million to stay in New England.
Are you Are you, Curtis?
No. The issue is going to be that we're going to have to stop viewing things as expensive because of the dramatic increase, if you believe in it, in the cap. It's now up, I think, 15% over last year. It's just, I don't believe that Mac Jones is a quarterback that is going to elevate the players around him enough to make it seem that he is worth that amount of money. That's why. I just don't see him as that kind of a quarterback.
If I'm going down that road and I'm have to ask myself, would I pay Mac $30 million a year? I'm going to say, hell no. I'd rather give an extra $20 million and give Lamar Jackson $50 million a year than give Mac Jones $30 million.
And just to be clear, both of you and Scheim have seen enough. You've seen enough of Mac Jones. Mm-hmm. Even with a boob of an offensive coordinator, without the title, you've seen enough.
Yeah, because I seen him with a great offensive coordinator.
I said the day after he got drafted, he would not sign a second contract with the New England Patriots.
I seen him with a great offensive coordinator in Josh McDaniels, and I go, okay, all right, that's his ceiling. And I've made the comparisons before. He's Jimmy Garoppolo. He's, Chad Pennington.
Do you think that we will see this upcoming season with Bill O'Brien the same Mac we saw under Josh McDaniels, or do you think there's too much damage done to him this past season?
I think we'll see a better version of Mac Jones than we saw with Matt Patricia. I don't know if he's going to be as good as Josh McDaniels because maybe there's still going to be a little bit of a learning curve. And I just think that you still don't have a ton of elite talent around him. So, but
it is kind of a screw job, though.
Yeah.
To support Mac Jones a little bit, he's been screwed since he got into the league, and that stinks.
Mm-hmm. Well,
playing for the greatest coach.
Yeah, I don't want.
Other quarterbacks
the greatest coach, but you get one season with Josh McDaniels.
Yeah.
Then you get Matt Patricia.
Yep.
You get injured. You come back. You get booed because everybody wants Bailey Zappi.
Well, it was a created story by the morning show.
And then you end up. And I never said he got booed at that bowling event. Just that he didn't get as loud of claps. And then you get a new offensive coordinator. And yes, he's going to be 10 times better than Matt Patricia, but it's still going to be a change.
But that happens all the time. Baker Mayfield went through what? 3 offensive.
And where's Baker Mayfield now?
But that's what I'm saying. It happens.
He won a playoff game.
It happens all the time where guys go through different offensive coordinators.
Speaking of that, with that lead this morning, have you checked to see if you're blocked by Sophie Curtis?
Ooh, good question. Let me check. Oh, nope, she just said happy birthday, bud. That's so nice.
Happy birthday, Curtis.
Oh, thank you. 39.
Shocked. I'm shocked you're only 39. I thought much older.
My liver's 82.
This is David from Florida. Hello, David.
God.
You don't like David from Florida?
What can I do to get on Curtis's good side?
Make a cogent point.
I idolized him, and I think I make many cogent points. I try to speak lucidly, and I'm very articulate.
I'm fine, David. I'm fine with you. I think you're a great caller. I don't know the issue that Curtis has.
I'm very hurtful. Yeah. I mean, what about you, Coco? What about you,
I get along with everybody.
Yeah, I like you, David.
It don't matter to me. TC, you, anybody.
What a team.
I mean, I try to call on Saturdays too, and all I get is put on hold for.
Okay, let's get to the purpose of the call, David. What do you want? What's on your mind?
There we go. I knew I'd get to you one way or another. This Belichick thing, the way I see it, I said yesterday or a couple of days ago, the simple proverb is time heals all wounds. I think that what he's been saying, you can look at it both ways. It's genuine, he's real, but yeah, he's overemphasizing. I mean, it's a feel-good story in a way too, and I mean, it has to be countered by some reality too, and somebody has to be bold enough to bring up and question him about Tom's departure and so on, and you have to put what he said yesterday in context with what he said, with what happened the past few days.
Bold enough,
past few years, I mean.
So bold enough meaning the follow-up to Bill going on Tom Brady's podcast is to ask him who's responsible for Tom Brady not being here. Is that the answer that people want?
I have no idea.
I think that's what I think people want to know. That I think Bill looks at it now and goes on the podcast and goes, everybody painted the picture like I was the guy who didn't want Tom here. This shows how much I really love this guy, how great of a quarterback he was. And even at one point he goes, when he talked about, like, I can't believe he's retiring, but you got to do it at some point. I think Bill knew, like, give me Brady year in and year out. And I think he's more like, when he meets with Kraft, I think he goes, Krafts, see what happened? You wanted to move on from Brady? See what happened? We should have just paid the man. And I think now that's the reflection that you're seeing Robert take with all, we're willing to do anything for Brady. If Brady wants to have a half-a-day contract, we'll do that. He messed up. Bill is now saying, it wasn't on me. I'm willing to spend the money, but we've been 27th in the league when it comes to spending. Brady's the greatest of all time. You know, I can coach him, and I don't have to worry about my star player or my franchise guy, my quarterback, saying, oh, I need to be coached harder, which then is a trickle-down effect to the rest of the guys in that locker room.